we discussed about connecting with MongoDB, Node.js, all other options. Have you practiced up to that? Do you have any problems? You practice now? Yeah. MongoDB connections, everything working fine. Huh? Okay. Yes, Samir, do you have any doubt?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, I connect to MongoDB and server also, but when I target to URL for reading JSON data, but not connected, not successfully done. Ajax done is not working.
I told you how to start server. Na? MongoDB server started or not once verified. In services, I told you MongoDB server. Na?
Yes, sir.
Once verify whether the server started or not. Sometimes
The
server
server
will be
already started, sir.
sometimes server will be stopped every day
No,
when
sir,
you start
server
the computer.
already started and showing the product list also. But when I tried in jQuery, that will not working.
jQuery means you have to run on server, not directly. You might have open with browser. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You should not open with browser. You should run on server. Okay. Open with live server option is there, na?
Yes, sir. Open with live server. I tried open with live server.
Then what error coming?
Not error showing, but not working. Yeah, something went wrong. Actually,
So,
I written in JSON done Ajax done is means if fail then something went wrong. That fails option are coming. Not done
okay.
or Ajax done are not coming.
Yeah, today I will show you complete program one more time. See that and try, right?
Sir, I write 2 times already video saying and
You have sent me mail.
okay, sir.
You send, right?
Yes, sir.
So if any problems are there, if you have installed TeamViewer in your computer, after we finish the class, I will check on your TeamViewer. Okay. I will check on the TeamViewer. You install TeamViewer. If you have TeamViewer in your computer, I can access your computer. I can see what the problem you are facing in it. Huh? Okay. So now today we are going to discuss complete end-to-end application. Yeah, I will show you an end-to-end application. Then we will not have any problem. So one end-to-end application I will show you now, how we can connect and configure and work with that, right? So here in our project, we need to understand about complete mean example, mean stack. Okay. So this is the final mean stack example. In the mean stack example, how to design the application, how to configure the application. We will see that. Now, in the MeanStack example, complete end-to-end project, how we can build, right? Let's take a look how we can handle that, right? So in that MongoDB, we have database and we have Express, that is middleware, and Angular, that is client side, and Node.js, that is server side. For our project, iShop project, we need all these. For our iShop project, we need all this. So let's see how to handle them and how do we work with them. The complete application, how we can work with that. Right. So when we are designing any content, first database need to be ready, and we need the middleware Angular like applications. Everything we need to keep ready, and Node.js server side, right? Let's see how we can design. Already we have database, and let's check the database first. So here we are changing to CD program files, CD MongoDB, CD server, CD 4.0, CD bin, and Mongo. So it is ready. Next, once Mongo is ready, now how we can create database and tables. Already I told you, creating and working with the database. So what you do here is show DBS. Databases are there. Our database name is Shopping DB. We will open that. That means use Shopping DB and show collection. And we have collections, TBL categories, TBL products, and TBL register. These are the options we are having. So now how we can see the data present in them? db.tbl categories. To that different products we are having. So now the products are there, and the categories are there. Categories are also there. Now important category ID is configured and defined here. Okay. Now next step, table register table is there. db.tbl register dot find dot pretty, and we have this one, user ID, username, password, email, and all these details are configured and defined, right? These are all the options defined. So anyone is disturbing, if anyone is disturbing, we will send them out. Who is, if anyone is disturbing, just ping his name, we will send them out. So we will stop them. Okay. Who is this? Samsung. Acha. Fine. Okay, he's gone now. Right. Fine. Now let's see how we can handle that. Next option, we will see database and tables are ready. I am giving a step-by-step detailed notes also. So you follow that, right? That means create a new database in MongoDB. So use shopping DB. Okay. Second, next option is create collections. What are the collections? DB dot. So create collection. One collection is TBL register. Okay. Another DB dot create collection and TBL categories. Another one is DB dot create collection TBL products. Everything ready. Now insert records into collection. Insert record into collection. So DB dot TBL register dot insert. Here I will give only field names. What are the field names? Field names what you need to insert. TBL register contains user ID. Syntax I already given you. Then username. Fields are this. And we have password. And we have email. Password, email, mobile, and address. Okay. Next, we have db dot tbl products dot insert. I'm just giving field names. You know how to insert already. TBL products will have product ID. We have name, then a price, is in stock, stock, and we have a photo, and we have category ID, photo and category ID. Okay. Then another table is there, db dot tbl categories dot insert. In TBL categories, we need only category ID and category name. So db.tbl categories dot find dot pretty, category ID and category name, category ID and category name. Okay. How to insert records means I am giving what fields you have to keep. How to insert records already given you syntaxes and all, right? So this is database ready. So we have the database ready. Database and tables are ready. Okay, good. Now after the database and tables are ready, now we need to create connection with the database and tables in our project. Let's go to the project. Our project is yeah, our project is, this is not our project. Our project is, so this iShop. Okay. In that server side, last session I showed you a basic logic, how to open it, right? Now we will create one more program. We'll create one more program and we will see how to handle that. What I will do is, I will create a separate folder. So our folder name, I will create a folder name, create a new folder. I will give the folder name as iShop project. That is the folder name. In iShop project, first we need some HTML files, server side code and everything. First, for iShop project, we need to install some packages. So cd iShop project, that is the iShop project. Okay, that is the terminal, right? So what we have to do is, after creating and inserting the records, so next point, number 4. So go to your HTML project and create a folder, create a new folder. The folder name we will give as, the folder name is given as iShop project. iShop project. Okay. Next, what we have to do is install the following packages. From terminal. What are the packages you have to install? npm install MongoDB, npm install Express. These two packages you need to install. One is MongoDB, another one Express. These are the two packages you have to install. From terminal, we have to install command prompt or terminal. In your project, you have to install these two. So I am installing this. So here I am installing npm and install. So MongoDB. Okay, enter. So MongoDB package is installed. Okay, now npm install Express. Express is also installed. Fine. Express and MongoDB all are installed. Only we need these two packages. So we installed those two packages. MongoDB and Express. Those two packages are installed. Now what we have to do is we need to write a server-side program to communicate with them. A server-side program to communicate with them. So let's write that. In iShop.project, we have to create a business logic. So after installing these two packages, now next point, create a server-side program, server-side Node.js program to communicate with the database, and return to client as response using Express. Create a server-side Node.js program to communicate with the database and return to client as response using Express. What is Express? Middleware. So how we can manage that? How we can handle that? That means in iShop project, in this iShop project folder, we will create a file. So I will give the name as businesslayer.js. So businesslayer.js is a Node.js program which will contain all the logic to communicate with the database, right? So what we will do, go to iProject and add a new file and name it as businesslayer.js. That is the business layer project. In this business layer project, we need to import all the libraries to communicate. So we need 3 libraries actually. See, here the basic is we need to work with the libraries. And what are the important libraries we need actually? Technically, we need Express library. We need a middleware library. One more library is required. Actually, we need a body parser. We need a body parser also. Actually, whatever present in database is coming to us. By default, it is coming in a JSON form. In a JSON form, it is returning to us. But what happens is, whenever we send the data to database, usually we send the data from a form. That means we will have a HTML form. From the form, we send the data. That data need to be translated into JSON. That is done by body parser. Body parser is used to convert our form data into JSON and send to the database. By default, data from database will come from JSON form. But the data from our HTML form have to go to the database and it need to be translated. And for that, we need a body parser. So body parser is important for us. So let's see now. So we need to import here. Body parser by default comes with Express. If you have Express middleware, by default, body parser will come. Body parser will come. So we have to import. So that means var one is Mongo client. Mongo client is equal to require MongoDB dot Mongo client. This library we have to import. Another express is equal to require express. We need express. One more we need where body parser. Body parser is equal to require. So we have body parser. We need to import that body parser library. These are the three important libraries we have to import. These are the three libraries we need to import. Okay. After importing the libraries, next we need URL. So MongoDB :/ what is the URL we know? 127.0.0.1:27017. That is the port number. This is connection with MongoDB. Right. Then we need var app is equal to express. Is equal to express. Right. Now this express middleware have to use the body parser, and that body parser should convert the data into JSON. Actually data will come from usually the data will come from URL. From the form, data is passed as query string or form body. When data comes from URL, data coming from the URL, that data need to be encoded and converted into JSON. For that, actually, we have to write app.use. Here we need to write body parser dot URL encoded. So URL encoded. We have to set extended to true. This is nothing but it is used to invoke the body parser, and URL encoded extended to true indicates that allowed to translate the data coming from the form. This is actually Node.js related logic, Node.js and Express related logic. If you have separately learned Node.js, so much is there about Node.js. As of now, for our UI technologies, currently what is needed, only that point I will explain. That means this is body parser, and the why we are writing encoded extended to true, it will allow the body parser to translate the data coming from URL. Into which format it has to convert? JSON format. Then what we have to do? app.use body parser dot JSON. We have to write this line. That means it will convert the data into JSON format. It will convert the data into JSON format. So whatever data is coming, the data is converted into JSON format. So everything is ready. So whatever data is there, data is coming and data is converted into JSON format. Okay. Now, one more important point is after converting the data, generally we will face another issue called CORS. I told you so many times. CORS issue will come, cross origin resource sharing, especially when you are using AJAX. That means one server to another server transporting of data is not allowed. Methods like insert, update, delete, all those are not allowed. So that is the reason for CORS, we need to write the settings. Actually, that is the settings maintained by our network people. But to avoid that problem in future, in our example, so we will write the CORS by our own. We will write the CORS by our own. That means we need to write CORS related settings. So I will just put a comment, CORS settings. Without CORS settings, you will face problem with transporting data from one server to another. CORS settings is important. Actually, this is taken care by networking people, but currently we are practicing. That's the reason it is important for us to write. That means whether to allow the methods like get, post, put, delete from other servers. So because the node server is separate, our client AngularJS server is separate. Client side, it is working in a different location. In that case, we need all this. Okay. How to write CORS settings? We have to write app.use. We have to use a callback function. It will use request, it will use response, and it will use next. And inside the function, what to write? Inside the function, what we need to write? Response.header. Response.header, we have to write access control, allow origin, and comma, we will put allow origin, so comma, we will put asterisk. That means allow request from any location. Allow request from any location means allow origin from any server. Asterisk means any server. Okay. Response.header, we have to write access control and allow headers. Allow headers means what type of content is allowed. What type of content is allowed. That means you have to tell the type of content from the origin, what type of content. Usually it will be requested content. That means if they requested XML content. If they requested JSON content. That means here we have to write as origin, comma, X hyphen requested with comma content type. Remember, this is standard syntax. You have to write in the same way, comma, accept. That means these lines indicate that allow any type of content. So what they requested, allow that content, whether it is an XML, whether it is an JSON, whatever the data. Remember, these CORS settings will change according to our server side technology. Java will have different CORS settings. .NET will have different CORS settings. They will not be same. This is in Express and Node.js. Now, standard, you have to write in the same way. Now, another we have to write response.header. And here you have to put access control and allow methods. What methods you want to allow? Methods means get, post, put methods, what you want to allow. I want to allow get method. I want to allow post method. I want to allow put method, like this. What methods you want to allow, you can write them. Okay, next. Next indicates that next is to execute. Next is to execute this entire query. Next we'll execute the entire query and allow the request. This is what you have to write as CORS settings. Actually, this is taken care by our networking people, but still we have to know about this now, because you will face problem in transporting and accessing the data. Get will not have a problem, post will have a problem. That is the reason better to write this and keep it available. So for the CORS, right? So everything is ready. The CORS requests are ready. So that means now we have imported all of them, and we created a body parser to convert to JSON, and we enabled CORS. Now let's create API request. So app.get and get request. This is get request. How it should be / get categories. That is the request name. What it should do, function. We will have a request and a response. And what it has to do is, it has to send all categories information as response. Categories information as response. How you will send the categories information as a response? So you have to connect with MongoDB. Those all details already we know. Let's write that connection. That means we have to use, so Mongo client dot connect URL, and will this function and okay. So if not error, then we will use client object. Through client object, so we will create database and client object dot db. Database is shopping DB. That is the database name. On the database collection, the collection name is TBL categories, and on this TBL categories, we will use an option dot find and empty and dot to array. It will convert into array function. The callback function will use, already you know all this logic. So we'll use error and we'll use documents. We need to send the documents as response. That means if not error, the send document as response. Response.send, it should send documents. So documents must be sent. That means categories information will be sent as response. So this is connecting with categories and accessing all categories. The same we have to write for products. That means copy and paste. And this time this will be get products. Everything, the table will be changed. TBL products. Okay. This is to access all products. Similarly, one more we need, and that is for register. Get users. Get users will get from TBL register. Okay. Everything is ready. All the get methods are working fine. Let's test them whether they are working fine or not. So I will write app.listen and port number 8080 and console.log. We will say server started. So server started http:// so 127.0.0.1:8080, that is the port number. Okay, let's open the terminal and execute that business layer node business layer .js. So business layer.js, so cannot find a bson module, so it is showing some error. Some modules are missing. Node business layer.js, some module is missing here. So body parser is available. All the library is ready. Let's install body parser one more time. npm install body parser. Okay. Because that is an error related to body parser. Okay. So then I'm adding here node business layer .js. Still problem, cannot find the module. I will verify where the problem is there. Body parser URL extended. So in the node modules, let's check. This browser related problem is coming. bson is a module. This is related to MongoDB, right? This library is corrupted actually. So It is related to MongoDB bson. So we will one more time install MongoDB npm install MongoDB. So that bson have a problem. So one more time, I will install separately here. This entire business layer logic I will copy. Okay, then this is the business layer logic. No problem in the logic, only library is missing. Let's create a new project. So means the library is corrupted in this project. We need to reinstall them. Instead of that, I will create a new folder. Let's give as a iShop projects. Already is there. So I will say final project. Okay. In the final project, we will open that final project here. That is our final project. Okay. In that final project, we will create a folder, iShop. Okay, we will create iShop folder and open this and install the files. So what are the files? npm install MongoDB. Okay, npm install Express. Okay, these are enough actually. Then we will add a new file in iShop. I will add a new file, business layer.js. In that business layer.js, we will paste all the code. All the code that we have written, no change. And here we will run cd iShop and node business layer.js. Okay, fine. So our code is fine, but in that project already so many libraries are installed and some libraries are corrupted. We need to install them again, right? That's the reason I maintained a separate folder, right? Okay, fine. Now it is started. How to test the request? To test the request, what we have to do? We need to go to the files. So open any browser. In the browser, here we need to add HTTP localhost 127.0.0.1 colon, port number is 8080 slash get categories. Get categories is going to get the list of all the categories and show. That means it is working fine. Okay, let's test the next one. Get products. It is getting all the products and showing. That is also ready. Get users. It is also getting the users information and showing. So that's working fine. Okay, that means everything is working fine. Our API is ready. Our API is ready. In the API, we want another option is we must allow the users to register post activities also. To define the post activity, then we have to create another service method. First, we need to create a logic, means we need to create a UI to get all this information and display. So business layer is perfectly working. So we need to create a UI. So let's create a UI. And let's see how to handle that. So we need to create UI, and from the UI, we need to consume all that information and display. So you can design that by using our Angular or jQuery or anything. So we can use any UI. Already we discussed about how we can work with the routing in AngularJS, and we discussed about how to create AJAX calls also in AngularJS. We will see that because it's a mean stack. We will see how we can handle all of them. For that, we need one more library to install. So let's go to the terminal. In the terminal, we will install npm install bootstrap. We need to install bootstrap. Okay. Next, we need to install, we need to install npm install Angular. We need to install Angular. So we have to install Angular and Bootstrap. You cannot, what do you want to follow in Angular 7? Angular 7 is different. Angular is different. Angular JS is different. Right? Server side code is same everywhere, right? The front end will change according to your technologies. Okay, everything is ready now. We have Bootstrap and we have AngularJS library also installed. Okay, Bootstrap and AngularJS, hard. You can do the same in any technology. Okay, now, so we have to create the UI to interact with the database. Create the UI to interact with the database. Let's see. That means user interface. So then in iShop, we need to create a page. It can have a lot of pages, categories, products. We can bring all the information and display them here. So I will create a simple screen for handling. Actually, according to the data, we need some products also. So like shoes, like shoe, shirt, jeans, mobile, pictures also we need. So we will create a folder called images. and into that images folder we will add the files. Okay, we will add some files into it. For accessing images and displaying them, we will have one more problem. I will tell you what is that. Initially, all the images that we have, we will copy that. Shirt, shoe one. So we have mobile and we have TV, right? So some images, whatever we need, we will copy those images there. And we will keep those images there. In this folder, we will keep them. So everything is ready here. That's fine. Now we need to create a UI so that we can present that contents. So let's go to iShop and create a new HTML file. Index.html. Index.html. Here we need to design the UI. Design part, you try to design with the colors, effects, alignments and everything. As of now, I will show you a simple design to create and get the data and present the data. Right? We will see the basic design, how we can create and present the data. So let's see, how do we do that? So for that, we need to understand about importing and accessing AJAX calls. Already we know AJAX calls, how to handle them. Right? How to handle them. AJAX calls in AngularJS also I showed you. We learned in both locations. So we learned in jQuery and here also. Then let's see how to design and work with that. A simple screen we will design to consume the data and present the data. Either it may be products information or it may be working with categories, anything, right? So let's create a doc type HTML and head. Here we have to link the relation is equal to style sheet and href is equal to, so it is from node modules. So here we have bootstrap, dist css, then bootstrap.css. Okay. And we need to import Angular library. So link relation is equal to, that is script source is equal to node modules in that angular.js. Angular is also ready. Okay. Now we need to create an Angular application. We need to create an Angular application. So script. So where app is equal to Angular.module. So we have a shopping app, and dependencies are currently empty. App.controller. So that is index controller, and we have a function, and this function will use two services we need. $scope service, another one $HTTP service. Okay. Now we need to get categories and products related information currently. and display the categories and products related information. Let's see how we can get the categories and products related information. Right. To create categories and products related information, we need separate library. We need separate uh, collection. I will use $scope dot categories. It is an empty array. Okay. $scope dot products. It is also an empty array. Okay. So we need to make a request and get them by using HTTP. Then how we can do that? How we can handle that? Let's see. Means how we can access that and display it. Let's see. So what we have to do first is we need to use $http dot get. That is an AJAX call. So from where we have to get? We need to get from a specific URL. That URL is, so we can define like this: http://127.0.0.1:8080/get categories. Get categories. What it will do is it will get all the categories. So we have to use .then. So we have to create a function. This function will have a response collected. That response we need to store. The response data we need to store in categories. That means $scope.categories is equal to response.data. The response data is there. So whatever categories information is there, we are collecting and we are storing in response data. Means response data is collected and it is stored in categories. Okay. Similarly, I need to create another request. So $http.get and http://127.0.0.1:8080 get products and .then, so .then and a callback function. This function will get response. This time it will be a response related to that particular request. $scope dot, here we have defined products is equal to response dot data. This is products data. Now the categories and products information is present here. Categories and products information is present here. Now what we have to do is we need to create a design to get the categories and products information and display. Let's see how we can create a design to get the categories and products information and display. So for that, actually, we can design a responsive screen. According to our requirements, we can design a responsive screen. So temporarily, I'm creating how to create a responsive screen, so that in mobile like devices or in general PCs also, it will have a proper appearance. For that, we need some basic architecture and we need some styles to mention. What are those? Let's see one simple option how we can handle that. what we will do is, first step, to make a responsive page, because this is our final project, we will keep some responsive options. In the head, we will keep a title. This says iShop, online iShop. So, and online shopping. Okay. We will add meta. You remembered we learned how to add meta to make responsive. Meta name is equal to viewport, and meta content is equal to, so width is equal to device hyphen width, and initial scale is equal to 1.0. We are defining it, we are configuring it. Okay, next important, what we are doing is we are adding a style. In the style, we will use a universal selector. Asterisk means all contents. So all contents box sizing, we will set it to border box. I told you content box, border box for overflow when we learned about borders and shading. Border box means browser border box. Okay, that is done. Now what we will do here is, so we will keep HTML, entire HTML content, font family, we will put as Arial. Okay, that's fine. Now we will design some contents and keep them in a perfect way. All right. So what we will do is, inside the body section, let's prepare the body section. In the body section, first we will design our content. And you know that here we have to use NG app. This is a shopping app, and NG controller, and it is index controller. Okay. Then here we will design a div. You can design your own, right? I will put a class as header class. And here we will keep a heading. So iShop. So online shopping site, online shopping. Okay. That is the heading. That is the header. Okay. Under this, I will arrange left, right alignments correctly. Then what I will do is, I will use here a div, and in that div I will put a class as row. It will use a class as a row class. In the row class, we will have 3 columns: left column, center column, right column. I want to maintain 3 columns. And what should happen is, so here in the row class, we have to define another div. And in the div, we will have a class. This is call. Actually, this is call, and I will define call 3. That means it will occupy 3%. Call 3 means 300 pixels. And we will put here call S3. That means small column 3. And we will keep as menu. Remember, these are all classes we have to write. These are not bootstrap classes. We will write these classes. This is left column. In that we need unordered list. Okay. Unordered list will have a list item. This list item should repeat for all categories. This list item should repeat for all categories. So ng repeat, I told you already, Angular repeat. So item of item in collection. Collection is what? Categories. and every item should be printed here. That means here I will give as item dot category name. That means every category related name will be collected and displayed here. The category name will be displayed here. Okay. So this is for displaying all the categories. We can put them as links, that I will tell later. So how we can put them as links. Initially, all the categories information coming from database, and we are displaying them here. Okay. That is one column. This is one column in the row. Let's create another column. That means div. We will put a class. This column will occupy 600 pixels, 6%. So, okay. Then here we will define call 6. And we will use call S9. That means up to 6 to 9. So 3 columns it should occupy. Okay. These are all our own classes. We can give any name. Just I am roughly giving the options. Okay. Here I want to display the products information. That means I need to display the products information. The products information. So how we can keep the products information? All the products information must be displayed here. In this location, I want the products information to display. In that case, we will design a card like. So featured products. And here we will design a div. We will put a class as card. We know already this card should repeat. This card should repeat for every product inside the products collection. That means we know we will use a card deck. In the card deck, we will use a div and we will put a class called card. And this card should repeat. Then we will use here ng repeat and item in products. Products is the collection. Now, you know that card will have a header, another div, class as card header. Yeah, card header. Here I will keep the div here, and we have a class as card title. And here I need to display item dot name. That means product name will come here. We will have a div. This is class card body. In the card body, I will keep an image. Image will come from here. Image will come from that location. That means image will come from, image source is coming from, it is coming from item dot photo. Okay. And the image will have width as 100 and height also 100 pixels. Okay. Now after that, we will have a div class card body, and here we will put an image. Here we will put a div. So, and here we will keep the price related information. That means item dot price. And here another div. So stock. Here we will define an expression. Item dot is in stock. So we will write a expression. If item dot is in stock is question mark is equal to true. is in stock is equal to true. Here equal to true. Okay, then question mark, we will put available. And colon, we will put out of stock. Okay, this is the products information we are displaying. We are displaying the products information. This is the second column. This is the second column. This is the second column. And we will keep another div. And this will be the third column. And here we will put a class. And this also will have a call3 effect. Call3 effect. And call S12. That means it will be the last column. Maximum number of column that can be in a page, it is 12 columns. So 1 to 12 columns there can be in a page. Okay. Here we will put a div and we will put a class as aside. And here we will put a filtering related form. Search by fields, search by categories, and all like options we will put here. So then what I am doing is I am designing a form. So in the form, we will put a data list and data term, search by search product. Okay. And here we will put a data definition and input type is equal to text. Okay, class as a form control. Okay, another data term is sort product. Okay, we will put a data definition. We will put a data definition and we will put a select. And we will put here as a price. And we will put here as a category like that. Later we will implement the functionality into that. That means they can sort by price category and they can sort by name like options we can do. Okay. That is the design. Now we need a footer also after this. So this is another column. That column is finished. Then we will keep a div. For this div, we will put as class footer. And here we will put an italic. So copyright ampersand copy. Yeah, copyright. So 2020, some iShop. Okay, that is what we have in the footer. Actually, now responsive design means we have to add some effects into this, all of them now. In the style, what we done, we created only these two options. Now I will go here and I will keep the effects for others. So for row, I am using dot row, double colon after. After indicates that after the current row, content should be empty. This indicates that after this row, there will be no content and the content will be empty. So that means the row is empty. And we have to use another attribute. Content is empty. And we have to use clear both sides, means left and right side it should clear. And display should be in a tabular form. Display should be in a table form so that it will display in a table style. Other contents will be displayed left side. Then for columns we given different names. Then we can use a selector class. If class is having, that means asterisk equal, class asterisk equal. You remember this, huh? dollar equal, asterisk equal, I told you. That means wherever call hyphen comes, the word call hyphen comes, because we have call 3, call 6, then it should float left side. It should float left, and we will as in pixel. Okay. Means all columns will float left and they will have 15 pixels. Okay, next we will add for header. Header we can give any style. So background color for header I will give as suppose dark red. So suppose I defined the header as dark red. Okay, next color as white, fine. Then padding I will give as some 15 pixel. That is for header. We will keep the header text aligned to center. Okay, you can keep any. Okay, next we have menu. In the menu, so we have unordered list. Then list style type I will keep as none. Okay, then margin 0 pixel, and padding also 0 pixel. Okay, next list item. So that means dot menu. In the menu, wherever list item is there, padding I will give as some 10 pixel. Okay, and I will give margin bottom means one below another are there na. Margin bottom is suppose 6 pixel, little bit margin. And background color like dark cyan. Okay, and color as some white, like this we have defined. And we will keep some box shadow. So as 2 pixel, some 3 pixel, some 4 pixel, solid. We have dark cyan. Okay, there is the box shadow defined. Okay, then we will keep the borders for that also, right? So border as 1 pixel, solid and dark cyan. Okay, fine. Next, when dot menu list item dot hover, when mouse is hover, we will keep an appearance. So background color I will change to some light cyan, and color I will change to black when mouse is over. Okay, that's the option we have defined. Then footer also should be the same as we given for header. Then I will give footer dot footer, and footer have given an appearance. So background color as dark red. Okay, and color as white, and text align to center. Okay, then font size as some 16 em, 16 pixel. Okay, font padding. So padding we will give as some 50. Design actually you have to do, right? Now how we can make responsive is, suppose if user is using mobile phones, then what we will do is we will put class asterisk, then we will put hyphen, that is call equal to call hyphen. Wherever the columns are there, the width we will keep to 100%. That means the width of the columns will fit to 100% if it is mobile. Now we have to set the width for 3 sizes. One is So 3 column size, 6 column size, 12 column size. Then what we have to do is to adjust the columns, according to the screens, we have to write for mobile and we have to write for desktop. For two things we need to write. For desktop different size, for mobile different size we need to write. And for that actually in responsive design we use media query. In media we have to use only screen, and if it is minimum width, if it is minimum width as 600 pixel, that means if the device width, media means device screen width is minimum width is 600 pixels. If it is 600 pixels, that means that is for mobiles and tablets and like devices. Actually 600 pixel means that is for tab like devices. 100 will be for mobile like devices. If it is 600 pixels, then what should happen is class dot call hyphen 3 is there, call, and this width we have to keep the width as 25%. And next one, that is one, and dot call hyphen 6, that means 6% column width. It should be how much? It should be 50%. We have to write like this. And dot call dot 9. Remember our page will have 12 columns maximum. Here it should be 75%. Okay. And we are defining dot call hyphen 12. Then in between also we can write width is equal to 100%. That's how we have to write the effects. We need to configure the effects. Actually, these are how the effects are configured, all the width. Suppose if it is less than that, if it is a PC screen, minimum width is that. So minimum width, maximum width, we can adjust according to the computer screens. So if minimum width is this, then it will be like that, right? So for maximum width, we can change. That's how we have to display the contents. Initially, this is enough. You can do a lot of other work also. So when we run this now, when we run this here, so I told you already. So this is the design here we created. And you can see all the contents are adjusted in this way. All the contents are adjusted in this way. And you see all the data is working fine. All the data is working fine. So we have to implement some more design because footer should spread to left and right. You have to adjust the number of columns how you want here, right? Display style, everything you can change. Actually, the design advantage is when we are adjusting the width, according to the width, actually what happens, the products will go one below another. The products will go one below another. When we are adjusting the width, the products will be fitting into it. They will go one below another and they will come one below another. Right? I haven't completed the design. I given a basic overview to you. Now we need to give design for this form and all the select options also now. Because it is not finished, we have to write in between effects also. In between effects also we have to write. In between effects means, so how much it has to display for every column size we have to define. Then it will correctly fit the contents and show you the contents. Correctly fit and show you the contents. Now what important here is, we have another option is we have a form also now. So that means dot form. Sorry, this is directly form. Form width as suppose 200 pixel. That is the form width. And we will keep a border. So 1 pixel solid and a dark cyan like this. And okay, box shadow. And I am giving a box shadow. And the box shadow as 2 pixel, 2 pixel, and 3 pixel, and dark cyan like this. And here we have a drop down called select. This is the drop down. This is also will use a class called form control. Form control. And usually the appearance will be in this way. Appearance will be in this way. That is the search. And form will have a padding also. Let's keep the form padding. So padding as some 10 pixel padding. Then it will display the 10 pixel padding for that. Okay. And you know how to merge the contents and everything. How we can keep and merge the contents and put the contents. How to filter the contents also I showed you. So for example, this body is having a class container. That means it has to keep everything in the container like this. That's how we have designed. Of course, how to search, how to sort, like options also we know. How do we implement the search? So whatever entered inside the text box should be collected. Actually, the response design is not completed. Response design, we have so many other options to define. This is for 600 pixels. I given only 2 width. Actually, we have to write all the widths. Means 1 width, how much, 2 width, how much. That means call here. We have to define all the widths and configure all the width here. That means if it is call one, then width will be how much? So because default will be 786 pixels. That is the screen minimum width actually. Call one width should be suppose 8.30%. That's how I define. Similarly, dot call two width. Second column width will be how much? It will be double. That means 16.60 pixels. That means 60%. That means it will increase the column width double. And call 3 and width we have to define like that is already there. 25% width is there. Okay, after third column, fourth column width will be how much? So that is fourth column, because what happens is when user is changing the browser width, it should adjust according to that. So width, how much? Suppose 30% width should be there, or 33% width should be there. Okay, then if it is 5 column, dot column 5, fifth column, and the fifth column width, it should be some, we will define as 40% width will be there. 10% we are increasing. After sixth dot call, we have seventh column width. We will define as suppose 60%, right? So, or I will say some, 60%. And the dot column and eight column width, it should be some 70 or 68% like this. And 75, 9, after 9 again 10. All maximum it will be up to 12 columns. Every column width, how much percent it should occupy? That means here I am defining suppose 83. So percent it has to occupy. Okay. Then one more is dot column 11. We have to define such widths because user when keep on changing the width, it should adjust. 91.66 suppose percent. That is how it has to define. All these options we need to configure in this way, and make sure that, see, container is not required. So because we are giving a responsive design, it will adjust according to the contents, And remember, this we given for 768 pixels. If it is more than that, how to display? That also we can configure. And here, let's implement the functionality now. This is the basic design actually. This is the basic design. And suppose when user is searching for product, only those products should be displayed. Only those products should be displayed. Then we have to collect the data from the text box. Then we will use ng model is equal to search. Okay, now this should be used for our iterations. Then what we do here, ng repeat. So pipe symbol, we have to say filter. Filter based on what? Search. I have to define like this. I will refresh this now, and I am typing here. I am typing here as shirt. So only shirt will come. I am typing here as a shoe. Only shoes will come. I am typing here as mobile. Only mobile will come. The width and height of card you adjust, that we haven't adjusted, that you design according to your requirement. But remember here, the entire content is coming. So observe carefully. This is all we have designed. All we have designed. And this footer we will keep outside. Then footer will occupy entire. It will be like this now. For card also, we need to adjust. Now one more option is when user clicks on electronics, only electronics should come. Footwear, only footwear should come. Fashion, only fashion should come. How to design like that? That you can design same like this search option. Same like search option. We have to implement that. But here the point is all the category names, all the products information, sorting, filtering also I showed you. All these details are coming from database, and we are handling that from the database. So you must able to design this example. If you can design this example, that means now you are perfect in handling all the interaction. Only one more is there. We will create a registration form. From the registration form, user must able to insert record into the table. We will create a registration form. From the registration form, user must able to insert record into the table, register, login like points. If I tell you those 2 points, that's rest of things depends on you. Means you have to design all the screens, put carousels, put screen designs. Now see here, I will change the width. When I am changing the width, you can see the contents are fitting, adjusting. And I see more than 700 pixels less I have adjusted, then you see the content will fit into this. The content will fit one below another. If I am adjusting the width according to the width, it will fit. According to the width, it will fit. That means you can even see F12. F12 will get a debugger. In the debugger, you see here. So this is the mobile. There is a mobile option. So click on that mobile. This is desktop. Again, click mobile. Right side corner you will see. And when you are adjusting the width, you can see how it is going to fit onto devices. It will display that. That makes a good responsive design. So many things we can add. I'm just giving an overview. Don't worry about this part. You have to mostly concentrate on how to design these contents. So this entire code I will upload into GitHub, business layer code and index. Now you have to try this. And remember, you have to design the entire site like this with all products and all. Searching, filtering, everything you have to implement. One more point is left, that is how we can create a registration form so that we can insert the records. That I will tell you tomorrow. So tomorrow our session will be at 8 a.m. as usual. And tomorrow we will finish this concept. And from tomorrow, it's everything will be finished. That means there is no more topics to discuss. And after tomorrow, 2-3 days, I will conduct 8 a.m. session so that I will clarify doubts for 2-3 days for topics that you have doubts. Any doubts are there, then we will discuss the topics and we will step by step discuss about them, right? Any topics are left, we will discuss about that, right? So I will upload this entire code. You have to design the complete site now. According to the design and the code, whatever I given, you have to design. And tomorrow we will finish all the concepts. With that, we will finish our UI part. So then 1-2 days, we will conduct a doubt session. If you have any doubts, we can go through that. Up to this point, you have to practice first. You have to design the screens. And if after you design the screens, tomorrow I will see how many have you done, right? I will see how many of you done. If you have done, then you can show your screens. I will access through TeamViewer and I will see your projects, what you have done. And any suggestions are there, we will take care about that, right? Tomorrow we will continue then, okay? Thank you. Now today I uploaded all into the GitHub, entire notes and everything I will upload into the GitHub. So you try this. And if you still are not able to work, tomorrow I will access your TeamViewer and I will see.